Hello, I'm Lineke Lijn, and in this video we're going to do a 3D drawing. And I saw some street artists busy. I totally fell in love with it. I love it, and in this tutorial you can actually see how it's done. And I've taken a pencil, you know, the ones with a little eraser on the top, and I stick it through a paper. You can see some examples here. And you can actually see how it's done. It's 3 times as fast, so if you want to draw along, you will have to pause it now and then. Well, can't wait to start. Let's get started. What you need to do this 3D drawing is rulers, and I have a filling pencil, an HB pencil and 2B. The greasy pencils, they are white, and your standard color pencils. And you also will need some scissors and a knife, and of course an eraser. We start out by drawing 2 lines, and these lines are a bit broader at the top and then narrowing down as they go down. Then you take out the little point of the pencil. It's the wood point where you get your pencil out. Here I'm already drawing in the piece of paper that would be lying on the table and where the pencil is leaning on. Then you start out with a circle. That will be the tip of your eraser that is connected to the pencil. It has some kind of thickness, and then under the eraser there's a piece of metal, and that piece of metal is keeping your eraser on the pencil. So I'm really drawing this in. There are little dots there, and maybe some nails are holding it to join it with the pencil. Keep the lines curved. Also here I put in the little hole where the nail is going in. Most pencils have 6 angles. I already put them in here, and then I put in the piece of paper that is perched by the pencil. Piece of paper is a little bit folded, and I take just randomly little kind of like damaged pieces. You cannot see through the paper, so I'm erasing the original lines we put in first. When we have the piece of paper that's pierced by the pencil, you can put in the lines of the 6 angles of the actual pencil. Once we have the complete drawing now, we start to put in shadows. I'm holding an HB pencil now, and the tip of the pencil is in the color of my own HB pencil, and now I'm putting in the shadows that I will need to give this drawing its 3D dimension. You can see underneath and on top of the first paper there is some shadow going on. Also underneath the metal piece there are shadows. I put those shadows in very carefully. The ridges of the metal part, between these ridges, I also put in little shadows. This is the hole of where the nail is going in, and here also those edges, and a dark shadow between the eraser and the metal piece. I keep it well rounded and curved, and I keep following these curves. This is the top, the eraser part, and also in this piece of eraser I put in some shadows. There also can be some dirt on that eraser, so I simply mess it up a little. Now I'm starting with the colored pencil. First I pick out the light yellow one and I completely cover the whole of the pencil. You can easily draw over your first drawing, that's no problem. It will blend together, and yeah, I want to have this pencil to look yellowish. So I completely fill this in. Now I take out a little bit darker yellow. With the darker yellow I take the sides of the pencil. Then I take orange. When you notice very carefully, there are many colors going on in one yellow piece. And by taking different kinds of yellow, yellow really comes alive. Now I take out my greasy white pencil. Some light will be casted on the wood part of this pencil. So little pieces I take out extra white. Now for the metal part, I simply go over my original drawing of the metal work. The white and the lead will blend together, and that will give it that really metally look. So it's rather easy. Now for the eraser piece or part, I take out light pink and I nearly cover all of the piece of the eraser. The parts that are darker, I press a little bit harder on my pencil. Then you take the darker pink and then you go over the parts you did with the HB pencil. I even take out a little bit of orange. Then I take my greasy white pencil again and I give some shine to the point of this pencil. Now I take a 2B pencil. This one is softer and much darker. I need this for the shadows that are casted on the page that is lying beneath the top piece of paper. Also put in shadows on the top sheet. The top sheet is pierced by the pencil and the pencil is casting a little bit of shadow on this paper. Front line of the top sheet I put in extra dark and I also put in a little shadow on the top of the upper sheet. Now, if you watch carefully, I've taken now the crayon. When you press really hard on this, it will be extra white. And I need this extra white to pop up on front. So as you move back, you press very little. You give light pressure on your pencil. And as you head on forward, you put in a lot of pressure. So here the pressure is really light. And as I move forward, the pressure is optimal. Here I press extra hard. Now for the bottom paper, I start out on the back where I press very softly and I hardly give any pressure at all. Then as I move between the shadows, I press a little bit harder. Now here on front, I press really hard. So the white will be extra white. I need this for the dimension of the look of 3D. With the 2B pencil, I put in extra shadows now. So the deepest parts of my shadows must get extra dark. And I need this again for this 3D effect. The top sheet is casting a shadow on my pencil, so I simply put this in. What you can even do is draw your name. I keep it in an angle, the letters I keep in an angle so it looks like the pencil was drawing my name on the paper. Now the good part. We're going to cut out the spaces around the sheet and the pencil. You have to be extra careful. So exactly follow the outline of your drawing. Every little corner here around the metalwork I take out separately. Make sure not to damage your drawing. Take your time. What you can also do is take a really sharp knife, and you really need it when you have to dig in the centerpiece. You cannot get in there with any scissors. Here's the result, and now we're going to place it on a table and look through a camera. I've put the drawing on the kitchen table. It's a nice dark table, and now I can play a little bit with the light, and you can kneel down a little bit, and then you can see the paper is simply lying flat on the table. As you raise up again, you can see the 3D effect. You can even walk around the table and look your drawing up, and when kneeling down you will see, and even at this angle there is still a 3D effect. The 3D effect will disappear when you are flat out. Lots of luck with it, and take care.